Hi guys, welcome back to 𝗘𝗕𝗨𝗞𝗔 TV. My name is 𝗦𝗘𝗕𝗨𝗏𝗡𝗦.
And I'm Adebayo Oluwalayomi.
Social media has been on fire. Social media is buzzing recently, and it centered around gospel minister Ebuka songs and content creator Pella. Yes, Pella again. We're going to be talking about that today, so stay tuned. For you who don't know who Ebuka Songs is a gospel artist known for popular songs like I Will Pray, New Generation, and the likes of it. Pella is a content creator. Of course, majority of us know who Pella is. He's always in our faces. Pella is a content creator. He is a live streamer on TikTok.
So, to the main gist, Ebuka Songs released a new song, and then he invited Pella over to his house for them to have a little collab also. And Pella decided to go on a live stream. And on this live stream, you can see Pella singing one of his songs, I think he was trying to learn that song. And Ebuka song too was singing. But in that video, if you watch the live stream, you will see that Pella was, making mockery in a way. He was laughing. He was even in the midst of all that, he was insulting some of the crew members, saying, "Are you mad?" and stuff like that. And it got everybody talking, got pastors talking. A lot of pastors are annoyed with Ebuka songs that you are a Christian, you're a gospel musician, and then you're bringing somebody like Pella who is not really into the Christendom. You're bringing somebody like Pella to come and promote your song, and they're criticizing Ebuka song, saying that what he did is wrong. People too are out there commenting, lamenting. People are like they're disappointed in Ebuka songs. But to be honest, if you look at that video very well, you will see Pella openly making mockery of the music. He at a point he even started speaking in tongues. Pella speaking in tongues. Pella that's never really talks about God, that is not really built in Christ, was speaking in tongues, and the whole thing looked like a whole joke, and everybody's really angry about this thing. So Sheva, what do you think about this whole controversy that's been going around?
Based on the fact that he's a gospel minister, it should be more about the spiritual aspect and not the business aspect. But this is looking more like he's just trying to sell his music. And so it will get just anybody to, promote his song. And I don't think that is what the body of Christ wants. And that is why you see that these pastors come out saying, what relationship does light have to do with darkness? Pella in this context now is the darkness. We are not to judge, but the problem majority of us have with this OP is that ordinarily Pella is not someone that will come online and promote gospel songs. It's not someone that will come online advocating Christianity, advocating God. So it's like, how do we go from here to here? Like, it's not correlating.
Yes, but if we're being, factual, there's nothing wrong in Ebuka song bringing Pella to advocate his music or push out his song. There's absolutely nothing. Even in the Bible, Jesus, dined with sinners. To be able, like some pastors used to say, for you to be able to reach a sinner, you have to, go to their level and be on the same term with them. So there's absolutely nothing wrong in what Ebuka songs did. But the problem now is if you watch that video, you will see how Pella was openly making mockery of the song, saying, and he's not so fluent in English. So even that's the way he was talking, the words he was using, and the fact that Ebuka song sat down and allowed that to happen is what is actually the problem. Yes, because why would he be making mockery? Like, you should have cautioned him. You should have told him, why would you say that? Or don't, oh, this is a Christian space. Don't say that. Don't, say such words. But he said absolutely nothing. He kept quiet. He allowed him to keep, making more.
Not like I'm trying to like defend what's it called, Ebuka songs, but I feel like, what if they're just being misunderstood by people? What if Ebuka is also a very playful person? And we also know that Pella loves catching cruise a lot. He's a very playful person. Even though most of the things he says, get on people's nerves. What if Like, I mean, being a Christian or being a gospel minister does not mean you cannot catch cruise. It's just that but I get people. So like, you can't catch cruise with some certain things, like speaking in tongue. I think that's like the major thing that got some people's.
So let's not just it be about two of us. Let's see what other people are saying in the comment section.
I have one here, Gentle, and this is on TikTok.
Yeah.
It says, I don't really see anything wrong with what's going on. Have you been to the studio and see when people do voicing for recording? They joke. And this guy might, with this act, leads Pella to Christ. And lastly, most people do this even on altar. Most pastors do this even on altar. Any small thing they speak in tongues. I think this person that is just saying something similar to what I just said. The fact that anyone can joke around, anyone can be playful. So Ebuka songs being a gospel minister does not exempt him from being a normal person who jokes around. And also, he mentioned something. He said, this is act. This might lead Pella to Christ.
So let me read another comment. Ifeanyi on TikTok says, Ebuka they use Pella promote his song, but Pella actually they mock God. And that is where the problem is. We're not saying that what Ebuka is doing is wrong. We're saying that the fact that Pella was there openly mocking, because that's mockery. Like, you can't tell me that what Pella was doing is not mockery. He was literally laughing, he would say some words. I think he was learning the lyrics.
But is it that deep?
It is that deep.
I feel like you don't take
Jesus.
We are too religious, Jare. We are too religious. Any small thing, they'll just carry it on their head and start bashing the poor boy.
No.
The parent did not even mean it that way, Maybe we're just trying to like learn.
There should be boundaries in everything. You cannot carry Jesus. Like, this is the promotion for Jesus Christ. Jesus, and then he's coming there and he's laughing and he's insulting. What would you be? Even if, okay, let's exempt him from laughing. Okay, fine. Laughing is normal. It's not a bad thing. But the fact that he was openly insulting, openly, obviously, speaking in tongues that he cannot actually speak in, and Ebuka sat down there and kept quiet and was laughing. If you even watch that video further, you will see where Ebuka song was even saying if he gives him a church, Pella said he will steal the money. So I trying to tell me that
I think at that point that was Pella going too far. At that point, what's his name? Ebuka song was supposed to like correcting on
that is where people are actually angry about, because it actually does not make any sense for Pella to openly mock Jesus Christ and say, oh, I will steal the money. And the fact that Ebuka songs is a devoted Christian, he sings gospel music.
I saw a comment somewhere on, I think on IG, where the lady was like, now who they even listen to Ebuka songs, I blame. This one na gospel performer, not gospel minister. So they're trying to say like there's a difference between gospel artist and a gospel minister. So the gospel minister is all about winning souls for Christ through your music, and the gospel artist is like not be say we know they win souls, but at the same time make we sell our market. Like, it's more about the profits.
Well, I actually don't agree with you. Either way, they are both winning souls for Christ, regardless of maybe those souls. No, I'm talking about Ebuka songs now. You were talking about comparing other artists. I'm saying either way, he's really, whether he's performing, you are supposed to follow up with trends. You're supposed to know how to get people to Christ. If you go about the born, people will not be interested, because originally Christianity is not something that really excites a lot of people. So if you go about with Bible and say follow Jesus, people will just be looking at, who is this one? So there are things, and these are things that Ebuka songs have been putting into place, and I commend him for that. Him bringing Pella into the equation is a very wonderful idea, because to get to the people, you have to bring who the people likes. You get. So him bringing Pella, my only
I feel like he's trying to reach that audience. Like,
my only issue with the whole thing is the fact that he did not correct him when he started openly making mockery of God.
Yeah. Okay, let's take another comment. Plug says, the comment section is alarming. This generation is cooked for people to actually find this okay.
Exactly.
And I agree with this, because the other religion, they don't play with their God.
Islam.
Like,
you can't try this.
Every little thing, they're already tackling you. Like, why would you say that? So yeah, I think there are some things that we should actually not promote as Christians or as gospel ministers. So yeah, I feel this particular comments. I think we should do better. This our generation. I think we find anything and everything for
Everybody, they take everything
everything
else.
just to suit. Yeah. So there are some things that shouldn't be taken.
And that's what that pastor was really preaching about. People are just saying that he's attacking Pella. That why can't they? That's not what, and that's something that people should actually sit down and realize. We're not attacking Ebuka songs for bringing Pella. We are attacking Ebuka songs because he failed to correct Pella when he was, making mockery of God, and that's just the only problem we have with the whole situation.
Someone says, "What if Pella was really moved by the spirit?" How do we know when someone is moved by the spirit? At some point, I felt something watching. Bro, I don't know how you felt walking. You see, while watching.
That's why we all have eyes. You can read body language, you can see signs. You could see Pella was very unstable. The same way he is in all of his other podcasts, the way he laughs about
It
things.
was moving.
That's the same way he was doing. There was no seriousness in what he was doing. There was no way a normal person would sit down and watch what Pella did and say,
Yeah,
this boy is moved, or this boy like this. Exactly. So let's look at it in another perspective. If this whole saga wasn't about Pella, maybe it was another influencer, will the reaction still be the same? What do you think?
I think it's not about, most people now make it about what's his name, Ebuka songs, featuring or collaborating with a secular influencer. That's not the point. I feel if it was a secular influencer,
Yeah.
like another influencer, it won't be like this, because Ebuka son self, I don't want to use the F word, but he did not try. Because yes, there are other influencers that don't have, like, bad publicity. Yeah, I know it's ingenious for bad things. Why did you not just call them and promote your song? Why Pella? So, if it was another influencer, I don't think Ebuka would be in this situation.
Yes.
Because then you can't call Brother Shaggy or Taoma or one of those, and they will not start coming out, catch it through.
Yes.
Because they respect religion.
They respect God, they respect themselves, and there's certain things they won't do on camera. So I feel like it wouldn't have been the same reaction, because it's not like it's because of its Pella, it's because of what Pella did.
Yes, it's not like now it's looking like all Nigerians are against Pella. No, that's not the case. We are not. I mean, I can only speak for myself, but then it's not like we are against Pella.
Yeah.
It's just this guy should learn etiquette. Like, he should learn how to speak. He should learn how to behave. When it comes to things like this, there are things that Nigerians will forgive you for. There are things that they will continuously attack you for till you die. So yeah,
the whole summary is that if it wasn't Pella, the reaction would probably have been very different, because I feel like another influencer, if he had picked another influencer, maybe someone more in good lights with everybody, people would have, the person would probably even have respected themselves, and people would have not really seen any problem in it.
I want to say something, ma. Pastors and some other people have been criticizing Ebuka songs for featuring a worldly person, so to say.
Yeah.
But I think that this whole Christianity thing, gospel thing, we shouldn't be just, restricted to our fellow Christians, our fellow gospel musicians. Like, there should be space, there should be room for creativity also. There's nothing bad in, collaborating with an influencer.
Yeah.
There's nothing bad, as long as it's
In line
with what you are doing.
Yeah. And there's no
Christian
disrespect.
community. There's no disrespect to the Christian community. You won't see a Muslim come here and start tolerating things like this, because they won't even let you. They'll feel like you're committing the greatest sin on earth.
Because it actually is a sin, like making fun of God. That's crazy now. You come on public internet and you're making fun of God. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, and then to be honest, the way the pastors, are criticizing Ebuka songs for featuring a secular content creator, to me, I feel like that is something that really drives a lot of people away from Christianity, because they feel like these pastors, they carry everything on their head. There are so many things that these pastors will come and say, making Christianity look like let's say slave
War.
like struggling. They say don't do this, don't do that. They chase people away from church because of dressing. There's so many things they do, and they judge. And that's one thing they're not supposed to do. Judging.
I think that was what was on Ebuka's song's mind before calling this guy, for him to call this guy to come to his house to the live stream, and or because recently Stella came out to say he's a convert now. Is that, and I think Ebuka Songs was just trying to let you know that he's welcome into the Christian.
Like I said earlier, I commend him for taking that step. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what he did.
And I feel like I saw a clip where a pastor was saying we should intercede for our brother Ebuka Songs, so that there was this word he used, I think, so that his departure from faith will not happen, as something like that. That was very deep, and I feel like that is what we need to do as Christians, not just come out and condemn. As Christians, if you see that your other Christian is, going the wrong way,
But
or like slipping off,
I don't
intercede.
I don't agree with that term, because what the Ebuka song do that interceding for him, because he brought Pella, does that mean he's
No, it's just
staying away?
now, like, it's not the fact that he brought Pella, it's the fact that he was like encouraging. I mean,
Like he didn't say anything.
yeah. So it's like he's promoting the old talk down on my song down on my Jesus thing. So they feel it needs intercession, and I think that's what we are called to do as Christians privately. That one that the man was even doing it on his pulpit. I know too bad one, but like, go in your private and if you know him one-on-one, talk to him. And I think even if he has learned one or two things now,
Exactly.
he will do better.
Yeah. So yes, we've come to the end of today's segment, and would like you guys to also say what you feel. Let us know if Ebuka Songs is in the wrong, or there's really nothing wrong in what he did. Just let us know in the comment section.
And also, should gospel ministers work with secular influencers?
Yeah.
Is it a good thing to do?
All right. So please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the post notification to see more of this type of content. Thank you guys for staying to the very end. And once again, I'm Adebayo Oluwalayomi.
And I'm Folashewa Ashade. Until next time.
Bye.